welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and yes, we're here again with the Orphan Block Challenge. Now, it seems that this pile is growing. Yes and no. Some of the blocks have already been sewn together, and we've got some quilts now to show you. But first, we want to introduce you to Susan from SUSAN Quilts, Crafts, and Other Things. Now, her YouTube link is going to be in the show notes below, as well as the link for our video that shows you how to make birds in the air variation, right? So I had shown you this like a long time ago with the string and crumb series. Well, those blocks now are going to come into play for this episode. So the other thing I want you to look for in the show notes is our Facebook group. The Facebook group is growing very rapidly. We're making use of this virtual sewing rooms, and we're posting pictures and having a lot of fun. And it's just all great all around crew. So come on in, let's get to this sewing. Okay, we're at the sewing machine. Now, the video that is in the link below, the show notes below, it shows a block that looks, when it's all done, looks like this. And I promised I would explain to you guys how to finish out the rest of it. But I decided I was going to sew a whole bunch of them together and make these into an oversized 4-patch with sashing and cornerstones in between. So now I'm going to show you how to do this first border on the outside, which will make it look like this, and then we'll show you how to do the next one. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to look at is how we're going to sew these together. So what we're going to do is we're going to sew on one side like this, and we're just using little flip and stitch lines. Now we want to make sure that we're sewing them all the right way, otherwise we won't be able to match anything up. Okay, and let's get started. Why is this machine working like this today? Yeah, it probably needs to be cleaned. It's probably going, wait a minute, I've been sewing for days and days and days. I want to be clean. Okay, well, now I just grabbed some scrap low volumes and some blue pieces, and we're going to sew with this side being short. So we're aiming from point to point, but we're making it kiss this imaginary line. Like if you drew imaginary lines down the middle of it, that's what it would look like. Okay, so we only need 4 of these around the outside. Okay. All right. And another one. There we go. I gotta get a little darker one there. Yeah, these are such cute little blocks to work with. Yeah, there they go. It goes like that. There. These are pretty little blocks. It seems like my pile of orphan blocks is growing, but that's okay. It probably is, because I've been working and I've been adding, and you know, like sometimes you have to add fabric to get rid of your orphan blocks. Now I'm just going to run through a liter ender of blue and white, which might be confusing because I'm making little blue and white 4 patches on the side here. Okay, so now we get all of this off. Now, because with all flip and stitch, you have to make sure that you've got good coverage before you cut off the end that is going to be gone, right? And you can see how it kind of matches this, but you're going to put the other side on. So we're just going to quickly trim these off. And this one matched. Hang on, let's just take a quick look. Yes, it did. Okay. And this one's probably good too. Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, this orphan block challenge has been fun. I went and pulled out all my string blocks, because essentially they're orphan blocks, but I like to do similar tasks that are the same. So I try and make, you know, I try and do things that are all the same value or whatever, right? So like this one, for instance, it is, okay, you got to make sure you're doing it the same side, or the same slant, I guess. Okay. And one of the things I find that I like to do on these orphan block challenges is, you know, you pull out your light tasks, right? Like right now, I have pulled out everything in that pile that needed to be peeled. And I'll show you something funny. My friend, my guild sister, said it looks like I paper piece these on Post-it notes. I laughed so hard at that. I thought that was just priceless. So, but anyways, it's just little paper piecing. And when you go to the other link, you will have that pattern for this. If this is something you like to do, like take your little, I took my crumbs and I just had a blast with them. I'm going to put that in there instead. Okay, and last one through. And another leader ender. Let's see, this goes like this. I can sew a 1/4 inch with this foot. I do prefer my other foot, so just in case some of you are wondering why I switch feet all the time, it's because it's easier for me to use a 1/4 inch foot with a plow on the side. Okay, so now we're going to check to make sure we got good coverage. Yes, we do. So far, so good. Yes, even the little plaid one works. Yes. I had fun pulling out all of the stuff out of my blues. Okay. There. Now, the first things first. I'll get all of these little excess bits off. Hopefully this isn't going to end up being too long. Okay. Now, we want to put stuff here. In order to put stuff along this side, we need to put a piece like this. Oops. And a piece like this. There we go. Okay, I'm building. I'll show you what I did in a second. I just put the cornerstones on, right? The 4 corners. So it's like this. That's what you want to build. Now you want to put another one on here, right? Just so you can continue. And I'm going to put this one here. Okay. Alright, now, what you're going to do is first off, because you have to start over here, right? You have to start here, right? We have to get another, just hang on. I'll just make this last little bit. There's going to be one extra little cornerstone that works up into all of this. And I'm hoping I got this all facing the right way. Well, I hope so. Otherwise, I got my stitch ripper. It's all good. I put those with the other little blue squares. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to finish off this edge here, right? Now, this is not a big thing to do, right? Everything wants to press on here. It wants to go that way. So this now has to go this way. And you're just going to put this in like so. I should probably get my 1/4 inch foot on now. Hang on. Hang on. Oh. You spend your life watching me change feet off this vintage machine, don't you? That's okay. That's okay. Well, I've been getting a few more speaking engagements. If you are part of a guild and you want your guild to... All the guilds are hurting right now for money and speakers and all the rest. So if you want a speaking engagement, or you want me to book me for a speaking engagement, we are taking some more speaking engagements. And we figured that's our way to reach out to the quilting community and, you know, help all the guilds out with their things. Okay, now this one now is pressing in. Both of these are pressing in, so both of these have to press out. These ones, so you're just going to hold it just like so and finish it off. And I still have a paper on this, so sometimes it's a little, it starts to chug a bit. Hang on. Yeah, it's starting to chug. Where is that? Where's that? How come I can't get that to nest? Oh, there it is. that's going to bubble. Well, it'll iron out. We'll see if we can't iron it out. And this one goes like so. And then we put this out like this. And there. Now, while I'm thinking about this, I'm just going to add the other cornerstone here because I'm going to need it there. Just real quick little seam that we're going to run. And run another 4 patch through so we get it all through. Oh, yeah, we've had lots of fun with this little orphan block challenge. I'm amazed at how much stuff was here. Now, part of the reason why I did the orphan block challenge is I can't make blocks anymore because I don't have any room to store them, right? So, you know, sometimes you get to that point where I don't have room to store them. They're taking up way too much room. See, just finger press that little pleat out. Okay. And this is where we're going to do this now. So this goes like this. Okay. I should probably have ironed this, but it's okay. Now, this goes like this. And it just presses along. You've got the 2 cornerstones basically at the edge. And that helps you complete your friendship star. This thing here in the middle. These have to be pressed out. Because that's the way they go. And then we're going to do an outside border. As soon as I get this matched up. How come this won't match? Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, my sewing machine probably needs good cleaning. Oh, really? You're not going to do this. Yeah, it's coming up to its monthly cleaning. In these vintage machines, they every month you gotta take them and roll all the fluff out of them. And I have been sewing like the devil himself is chasing me, so I've been busy with mine, very much so. Trying to make charity quilts. We have more Ukrainian refugees, they're called, displaced people because of the war, and that's not, I think we all forget what it's like. Now, just on 4 patches, you pay for both sides of the fabric, but this side is too blue. So I flip it over, and I put a blue one down, and that now is a very pale blue, and it will be perfect. You know, you buy both sides of the fabric, you might as well finish both sides of the fabric. So, now the trick here is to, okay, you iron this all out. Now you got to complete your friendship star. Okay, when we're doing the second border, what we're going to do is we're going to start like this. And you're going to lay that down, and all 8 of these are going to be sewn like this, right? Now, there will be some jiggling and whatnot you got to do at the corners, but I'm going to show you, because this way it completes your friendship star, right? And it also floats your points, because you're well more than a 1/4 of an inch away, right? Because I used a 2-inch strip, and that's how I finish those quilts. And we'll just get these little things lined up. And it's important you do them all the same, because otherwise they're not going to look right. They're going to look confused. But, yeah. And you want the point to point, but on this side of the point, right? Otherwise you have to start drawing your lines and all the rest of the stuff. So that's where you're aiming for. Okay. And yeah. I'm just going to use, what I did was I sewed all of those blocks together and made a twin and a baby quilt. And I will show you at the end what they look like. They're kind of cute. I think they're cute. I don't know. Maybe you... They look adorable when they're done. And they're going to make a very lovely charity quilt. I'm not sure right now where they're going, but they will make a beautiful charity quilt. Okay, so. Oh, I sewed that one wrong. Ay, ay, ay. I just, all of a sudden, I sewed it wrong. I might as well get it off. Hang on. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can't just pull the top thread. Sometimes you can pull the top thread out and you don't have to unstitch it. There we did. We did it too and everything. I just put it in the wrong way. I was not thinking suddenly. My fibromyalgia brain just kind of like wigged out. And that's a quick trick too. If you realize you're starting to sew something the wrong way, and sometimes you can either pull either just the top thread out or the bottom thread out, and it works perfect. You get rid of whatever the offending fabric, or like you don't have to pull it in stitch ripper, and it doesn't leave a mark. Usually it doesn't leave a mark. You have to kind of get it mid stitch, so I didn't have time to complete the stitch or complete the whole sewing, so there we go. Okay, I'm going to run another one of these through. There we go. We get them all off there. Okay. Okay. All right, we've got all of this. Yeah, people are asking, why do you leave your mistakes in? You should, just edit them out. And I'm like, no, people know how to fix, need to know that even I make mistakes. Yes, I do, and I make lots of them. I can show you a dead pile of stitch rippers if you really want to know that I make mistakes. But the fact is, I make mistakes, and I want people to learn from it. Now, this, you check again, because it's a stitch and flip. You check again to make sure you've got good coverage. And what you're looking for is not to see any of the fabric underneath that corner, right? And you just press it out with your nail. Yeah. And people need to know how to fix their mistakes, right? They need all the different techniques and tools and tricks to fix their mistakes, right? So we're all good. And we're good. I'm just doing this like a boss. Amen. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, now we can cut. And I'll show you how they bounce around the edge of that block. And you can see what we're doing here. Now, I did this with the twin quilt and the baby quilt, right? But, so, I mean, it is doable, right? You just have more strips and whatnot to cut. This block, because I have no more left after this will become an orphan block. But I want the edges finished, right? So, okay, so now everything floats around here. And I'm going to put them like this. Right? And I need a piece here, up here, that will look like a little, hang on. I can't find my foot. Oh, what a day this has been. I'm just going to sew two random strips together, two random 1.5 inch pieces together. And you're going to see this, you go, what? What did you do? Okay, so we're going to take this and I have two little random strips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poverty piece. Everybody knows what poverty piecing is. A little bit of thing on this side, and it will go just like, oops, get one, that would be better. And it's going to go this way, and that's going to be the strip that goes up to the corner. Okay, I'm going to sew two of these together. And, okay, oops. So 2 of these together. Okay, all right. So this, okay, this piece, I know this is kind of confusing. This piece will go here, just like so. And I've got it open. It's going to be a little longer than needed, but that's okay. We can just trim it down, because we're doing this. Sometimes you're just working with your scraps, and you just got to work with what you got, you know. So this goes here. And now one of these pieces is going to have a corner on this next strip, but we're not going to deal with that strip just yet. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to make another, oops, I'm going to make another 4-patch piece just to get that off. Now, you see this, it's hanging out, you know, a good quarter, a healthy quarter. I'm just going to cut it off. And we're going to sew this on just like that, right? Just like that from tip to tip. Okay, now all of this is being pushed out, so this has to be pushed this way. Oh, wait a minute, it has to be pushed. Yeah, it has to be pushed this way. Okay, so anyways, let's get this going and we'll finish this off. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, I only did one round at a time. I did not do a bunch of rounds. I figured, no. Now, this one here in the middle is pushed out. So I want to push this one. This is pushed in, and the other is pushed out. So I want to make sure. There we go. Nice. And now we go all the way to the end. And we run through another leader ender. These leader enders do create lots of blocks. I should probably not do this while I'm trying to do an orphan block challenge, but I mean, it's something I would do as I'm sewing, right? So you know, this is probably why I ended up with so many orphan blocks. So here's my first border, and I'm just going to finger press this out, and that's what it's going to look like, right? So now on this border, I want to put, oops, I want to put it like this, but I need, this one will go here, and I need another little like dividing piece. I guess you'd call it a dividing piece. So I'm going to try and find 2 alike. Oh, here we go. 2 pieces alike, just to sew them together. Like, you could cut a 2-inch by, you know, 1.5-inch strip if you needed to. And then, oh, I can't see that. Okay. And then I want to sew on another one, because apparently this is going to take too long to do. I know it. You guys are like, you're doing what? Okay, and this is my leader ender. Now this, I'm going to open, and I'm going to find out which way I want my block to turn, and I want it to go this way. So there's my little bit on the end. Now I'm going to get another leader ender through. Yeah, you can make lots of little leader enders through. I've got a whole bowl of them here. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save these. Hang on. I'll get this one. And another one. But you just build one side at a time. And if you have to, you know, if you have to work at this a bit, that's fine too. Okay, so there's my 1/4 inch. There it is, and I'm going to add it to here, and then I'm going to add a 2-inch block, or a 2-inch square to the very end of this piece here that's coming on top. Another leader ender just so I get through those blocks. Okay. and I'll show you this is how you turn the corners. I guess this would be how you turn the corners on these things. And then what we'll do is we'll cut to the end. So I can show you how to finish the ta-da moment or whatever. Because once you know how to turn the corner, it's easy, right? This becomes very easy, and it's not confusing. It's not anything, right? So, okay, last little bit, and you take and you trim away the excess here. Because remember, you're gonna square this up too, right? So this is how you lay all of that together, and you start forming your friendship stars. Just like this here, and then here, and then you turn a corner again. So now we're going to go right to the ta-da moment. So this is the birds in the air variation. Again, like the YouTube link will be for how to make these little tiny blocks. And then I sewed 4 of them together to make this little block, and then I four of those together to make this block, and then now I finished the outside so you can see all 9 friendship stars. The silhouettes are part of the sashing. So this worked out really well, and the reason they sat is because you have to peel them. And like I said, my girlfriend thought I was doing this by post-it notes because she was like, why is there so many of these things? And I probably should have sat down and peeled them a while back. So this block here goes into the orphan pile because I don't have enough to make a quilt. So what I'm going to do, this is the baby quilt. Now this one ended up being a fairly good sized baby quilt. And you can see it's got some, you know, it's got the lovely little piecing on the edge and all this stuff. And that's how we finished off the friendship stars, right along that edge there. And I gotta sit, and like I say, I gotta peel them. And this one is the twin. Now I started to peel this one last night. I didn't get very far, so it's going to be a long-term project. They peel easy because you've shortened your stitch length, right? So, I mean, they do come, it will come. It will come. So, I hope you had fun trying this, and do check out that other pattern. It is a free pattern for the little 2.5-inch block here. It's perfect for your crumbs. You can sit there and use up a whole whack of crumbs and wider strings in no time, right? Just by doing this. And you don't need, it's not a complicated foundation paper piecing thing. So these are 2 more beautiful quilts for charity. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe, and comment in the comments below to help us out. Okay, you guys take care till we see you again. Have a great week. Bye! My husband and I would love to thank you for coming along with us on our quilting journey and the YouTube adventure that we're on. We have some wonderful plans for 2023. And it includes a lot more, like with the Facebook group and the rooms feature and sewing and hanging out with people. Those monthly Zoom sew dates are still in the works. We have a lot of fun ideas coming up for 2023. And we hope you share, like, and subscribe with your friends. That little notification button and subscribing to us really helps us out. Commenting helps us out too. So if you like what you're seeing, let us know. Even send us a heart on the comment. That helps so much for us. Okay, you have an absolutely fabulous 2023, and all of our best wishes for you in the future. Okay, take care. Bye.